we're at that stage now in the Biden administration where it's pretty clear that legislatively they have failed to
do anything pretty
well,
substantial.
I mean, they got the highway bill passed, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, but
the entire domestic agenda is dead.
It really appears in many respects, and it remains to be seen, and it certainly appears that Biden is not going to do the things that he can do unilaterally. It doesn't appear that he's going to do those things.
Right.
But the courts at this point still hugely important. Maybe more so for, our kids at this point than they will be in the near term. Biden came out and said that he was going to pick a black woman. Mm-hmm. There's and we will get to the sort of the fight that's brewing between Clyburn and really, as far as I'm concerned, the rest of the party. But I want to get your thoughts on this exchange. This was just a week ago. We finally found some audio of it and video, I guess. This is Senator Roger Wicker. He's the Republican senator from Mississippi on the Super Talk Mississippi radio show with host Paul Gallos. And listen to this.
The irony is that the Supreme Court is at the very same time hearing cases about this sort of affirmative racial discrimination.
Yes.
And while adding someone who is the beneficiary of this sort of quote, the majority of the court may be saying writ large it's unconstitutional.
Fascinating.
There's Wicker. Has there, this is almost a rhetorical question. Have there been any black senators from Mississippi? Do we know?
That's a good question. I think there might have been some fluke of nature during the Reconstruction. We may have got someone from Hiram Revels comes to mind. I'm not a historian, but this is par for the course from Mississippi. I grew up in Mississippi, and the fact that he tried to pass this off as if any black, because we don't have any names yet, right? We don't have any black women names yet. We just we have a relatively short list, but no one who's up for actual consideration yet. And he's made a blanket statement that that they're all beneficiaries of some type of affirmative action. And he clearly doesn't know the data that white women are literally the greatest beneficiaries of affirmative action, period. But, it might be over his head down there in Mississippi.
We should also say this is a guy who was appointed to his senatorship.
He couldn't even win.
So that's where he gets his sense of entitlement from, it seems.
You need to earn these things.
Yeah.
Right.
By getting appointed and I think it was to replace Trent Lott. If I'm not mistaken.
He got appointed much like a judge.
He got appointed, and then, of course, he ran as an incumbent, had a big advantage there.